How's it going, my YouTube friends? Joe Fed here today on a beautiful December 28th day. Only 4 days till the new year. And I wanted to do a follow-up video from Eastern Shore Chapel Cemetery. Like I said, a couple weeks ago I finished off all the graves. I did about 100 of them out here. And I just want to show you the progress of how this D2, how amazing it is, how it continues to work and clean. And look at the difference. And when I post this video, I'll put some before and after photos again of the graves, but they just turned out spectacular. I'm really satisfied. So let me turn the camera around and take you around the cemetery. So I wanted to start off with this veteran right here, Sterling Sadler Woods. You remember this young man. He paid the ultimate sacrifice. He died in Vietnam. But you remember what his stone looked like when I first started. I mean, it was nasty. And look how beautiful the marble is. This stone turned out really well. So I'm very satisfied with the progress. And this is like less than 2 months later. And you could see how the D2 brought out the whiteness in this stone. Just look around. Look at the back of that stone. I'll come around to that one, but there's another one down here. Just wanted to show you. The McLean's, Mr. McLean. I did his stone probably about 6 weeks ago. And I cleaned his wife's also next to him because it was in bad shape. But look how beautiful these stones have turned out. Look how white they are. Alexander McLean and his wife Bessie. This D2 is amazing. So let me take you around the cemetery and show you some more. There's a footstone of Mr. Barco, boatsmate chief. Very nice. Still has the flag. And Captain Hincomb. And I'm so happy he still has his flag. I wish I had more flags on me to put on these stones. Some of the flags are gone, but I'm satisfied that the stones are looking beautiful and the flags that I did put out are still here. And I have another veteran over here, 2 veterans that I cleaned, footstones. Harold Hinkle. Beautiful granite stone. And Leland Robinson. Stone looks great. Wish I had a flag for it. And here's another beautiful footstone that I worked on. This one only took me 5 minutes to clean when I did it. Look at this. Look how beautiful. It was pitch black when I started, but look at that. Needs a new flag. The flag's a little tattered, but I'm so happy. The veteran stones stand out in this cemetery. This is a beautifully manicured cemetery. But if you look around, you can see the white stones. They stand out. And that's what makes me happy. I'm crossing a little road here. I'm coming up on another one of my veterans. I did his about a month ago. But look at the difference between his and his wife's. Veteran Ramiro. Look at that. Look how white. I did some of the base too, around both stones. His wife's can use a cleaning, but his turned out really well. Beautiful. See how it looks on the white, nice and white on the back. And then I'm going to come up on George Richard Ash. And his stone is turning white. Looks like I could use some more cleaning, but it's 110% better than what it was when I first started. But you can see it looks nice and white. Needs a little more work. There's still some black spots in the pores of the stone, but look how beautiful. Happy with that. And then this one over here, I just did this one about a month ago. PFC hair, granite footstone. And then this one, Gilmer, Swepson Gilmer, PFC. His stone was filthy. Look how nice and white. I hope the family's coming out to see this, because they're going to be really surprised when they see how white these stones look, and they're going to wonder, how did this stone turn so white? And it's because you got volunteers, people that care, that come out to take care of them, pay their respects. Happy with that. See what the back looks like. Nice and white. Beautiful. I got a couple more veterans over here that I cleaned, footstones. James Noden. Harold Newcomb. No flag. This is one of the footstones I did. Colonel Blade. And the D2 continues to work on the granite also. You can see the difference between that one, black algae, and how nice this one turned out. And this stone I'm coming up on was my favorite. If you remember, I said how beautiful it was, the marbling it had in it. And I'm so happy that my flags, the American flags, are still here. But this is Staff Sergeant Daniels. And look how beautiful, how white it is. See the marbling in the front of the stone, how nice. I'm so satisfied with the results. Look at that. Look at the marbling in the back, how beautiful. And then you come around the corner right here. And then you have Mr. Geyer. Now his stone, look at that. Look at all the marbling through that, the veins through that marbling. It's just very nice. And it's continuing to whiten. And then you come over here. Mr. Ponvert, Lieutenant JG, U.S. Navy. Look at that, how beautiful the stone looks. This is amazing. Look at the back, how nice. And I have a couple other veterans here. I didn't clean these stones because they weren't in bad shape, but they're starting to get some greenish color on the back. Here's the veteran, Seaman First Class, Mr. Garrison, and there's his wife. I take it it's his wife. Here's another stone I cleaned. I don't know if this gentleman was a veteran, but I seen the cross on top, so I cleaned it. And you can see how beautiful this headstone looks. Here's another Woodhouse footstone I cleaned. Look how beautiful. Henry R. Woodhouse. Again, needs a flag. Oh, here it is. I was looking for another headstone. I know I did in this area. Couldn't remember the name, but there it is. Swepson Brooks. This was the surgeon, major, doctor, surgeon. Nice and white. Still has his flag. Very nice. But look at this beautiful day. 4 days to the new year. This is like spring. It's like 68 degrees. Now up here in the front, I have another Confederate soldier. This is the fourth one. It was 4 in here. And I need to put a flag on this grave when I get some. But the stone turned out nice and clean. Look at that. Elisha Murray, 3rd Virginia Infantry, Confederate Service Army. Nice and clean. So this is it, folks. I finished up in this cemetery. Just wanted to come out and check the progress. And overall, I'm very satisfied. Very satisfied with this D2. Does a great job. And like I said, I'm going to come out and do a second cleaning on some of these graves so that it can continue to work through the winter. And then by spring and summertime, they're really going to be white. They're going to look like brand new stones. And I'm just going to finish off on this last footstone here that I cleaned. This was Samuel R. Meredith, 2nd Lieutenant, U.S. Army. That's it. And the footstone of George Archer. Nice. Look at this obelisk up here. It's huge. Has a lot of lichens on it. But here's another footstone that was in bad shape and it's coming out really nice. Look at this. John Macon Cornick. Was pitch black, but the D2 is continuing to whiten it. Could probably use another cleaning, but look how nice. Satisfied with that. Needs a flag. And over here, another Woodhouse. Noel R.S. Woodhouse, Major, U.S. Air Force. Cleaned him about a month ago. And here's another hero who paid the ultimate sacrifice, dying in Korea. And stones are turning very white, but they still have black smears in them. And I guess that's in the pores. I'm going to probably have to do another cleaning on these. I got my D2 on order. But I could tell the stones are whitening a whole lot. But I don't like those black streaks in it. So I'm going to come back out. Hopefully we have nice weather. And give this veteran hero another cleaning. But it looks beautiful. Look how white. But I don't like the black smears in it. Then here's another one. This one was probably the worst condition, cleanliness wise. Sergeant Godwin, look at that. This thing was pitch black from top to bottom. And you can see it is still black in the pores, but I'm gonna give this one another cleaning. I'm happy the flag is still out here though, and you can see what the back looks like. But it's coming along. D2s continue to work on it. So we're gonna let it keep working. And now we're coming over to this area. Now remember this stone, look how beautiful. I did this one about a month ago. Lynn Culpeper. And it's a beautiful white marble footstone. Look at the letters, how nice and clean they are. Had a lot of black algae in them when I started. And here is Oakley Leonard Smith. And look, somebody put some Christmas wreaths. How beautiful. I cleaned the footstone of SC1, First Class Petty Officer Oakley Smith, World War II. And here's his brother who paid the ultimate sacrifice. And he has a beautiful Christmas wreath. But I don't want to move it, but you can see how beautiful Bernard Smith's stone has turned out. Look at that. It's awesome. It's continuing to whiten. And here are the Hilliard father and son. And I don't see no more bees in that hole. One of them stung me last time. Look how beautiful. Look how nice and white the stones are coming out. Roger Neal. It's continuing to whiten. Probably needs another cleaning. And his father-in-law, Walton Gregory Holland. Another veteran. And here's Colonel Eager. I did his stone about 6 weeks ago. See the beautiful marbling in it. Now we're approaching the two brothers who fought for the Confederacy in the Civil War. This is the older part of the cemetery. Look at the stones. And then look, you could see the ones that look a little lighter coming up on them. But first, clean this footstone, this granite footstone, about 6 weeks ago. Look how beautiful. George Flora, private. And then, here are my two of the four Confederate stones I cleaned out here. When I did the video, I was saying that this stone here was Emerson land, but it's actually his brother, Elsie land. And Elsie land, from the research I did, he died in Richmond during the Civil War. So I don't know if he might have got injured and then died in the hospital, but my research shows that he perished during the war. But look how nice and white the stone is. It's got a lot of damage on it. It's missing the flag, but look how beautiful. Nice and white. Now here is Emerson's stone. Here's his older brother Emerson. And I cleaned his headstone a couple months ago. Needs another flag, but little chip off the top right side. But you can see the Southern Cross and his Emerson land. And you can see this is the older part of the cemetery. So now we're going to go to this other white, beautiful marble headstone sitting under a tree. And this one is gorgeous. This has such beautiful blue veining in it. Look at that. This one turned out really well. This is George W. Barnes. Look at that. Beautiful. And here's Roy Barnes' footstone. Probably relations to Barnes, but it wasn't his dad. I did the research. Now I have a couple more headstones here. This right here is Langley P. Land. Langley P. Land is a son. It's either a son or the grandson. I think he's the grandson. Yeah, he's the grandson of Emerson Land, the Confederate soldier. But here's Langley Land. His headstone is beautiful, white marble, nice and clean. Then you have Harry Burnstrong, Captain, U.S. Army Reserves. Then we have another Confederate stone here. Confederate soldier. This is Virginia Smith. Stone's continuing to whiten. And they have the father and son. Or I remember this one over here was buried, both of them. Father and son. The Van Weedle family. John Jr., John Sr. Let me clean them off. Then over here I had the footstone that's really sunken in the ground, but I cleaned it the best I can. William Arthur Vine. Look how deeply sunken this one is. Here's veteran Blee's footstone. And here's the Woodhouse, father and son. Beautiful. Clinton Jr., Clinton Sr. Now we'll come see the Seaman family. How beautiful. Look at the marbling in the back of Otto Sr.'s stone. The veins, the blue veins. Look how white the stones are in the back. And look at the front, how beautiful. Look at that. Cleaned all three of these. Beautiful. Nice. Now this next stone I'm coming up on was one of the worst ones in the cemetery. And I'm curious to see how it turned out. Wow. Look at that. Look how white it's turning out. Look at that. Private Leggett. This stone was pitch black. And the kind woman whose son passed away, this beautiful grave right here, she's always putting flowers and different ornaments and stuff on veteran Leggett's grave, so we're happy for that. There's another footstone I did over here. It's beautiful. It sits in the sun. Look at that. Looks like a brand new stone. Jerry Guy Knowles, Seaman Apprentice, United States Navy, Korean War. I'm so happy with the way these stones are turning out. Look at that. And I have James Spratley. And I don't think I cleaned his stone. His stone's gonna probably need a cleaning. I'll probably come back in the spring and I'll clean his stone. See a little bit of black algae on top, but it's not looking bad. Needs a flag though. Look at Cecil Ottinger, how nice his stones turned out. Sergeant, World War II in Korea. How beautiful. I am so happy with the way these stones are turning out. Look at that. Now if you remember this one was really filthy. Look how beautiful it turned out. Wait till I show you the before picture when I post this video. Mr. Gornto. Look how white. This stone is continuing to whiten. What a 360-degree turnaround a D2 has done on this stone. Beautiful. Look at the back. Wow. And here's Alfred Brown's headstone. Look how beautiful the marble looks on this one with the blue veins in it. Turned out really well. It's whitening, continuing to whiten. You can see what the back looks like. Nice and clean. A couple more of the footstones. It's Admiral Carter. And Captain Carver. Cleaned these about 3 weeks ago, a month ago. Well folks, this is going to be it for today, and probably my last video for the year. Working on projects in a couple other church cemeteries, and I'll post pictures on the before and after of those projects, and I'm going to continue to do this as long as I can. I mean, I'm really satisfied with this D2. Does a great job, and the cemetery manager is very happy. He thanked me tremendously for making these stones stand out even better and paying my respects to these heroes. So that's gratifying. He appreciates it, and I really enjoy doing it. These veterans deserve it. So this is it for today. I want to wish you all a happy new year, happy and healthy new year. Still got the pandemic, Omicron variant, raging throughout the country, so stay safe. Wear your mask whenever you can. Get your vaccines, and just stay safe and have a happy new year. Take care.